Hello there friends, Ken here, welcome back for some more Hearthstone Tavern Brawl. Oh yes, this week a new set of crazy rules. Captain Blackheart's Treasure. The captain left treasure for everyone, but mostly for you. Each turn, open a chest of 3 random cards and choose one to put in your hand. So basically it sounds like every turn you get to discover a card, so that's the new mechanic. Who are we going to pick? So many classes to choose from. What do we fancy? Let's pick the Shaman, the Shaman, Shaman, Thrall. So yeah, the new kind of discover mechanic, except instead of drawing a card you do the discover mechanic. So we'll get 3 random class or neutral cards to pick from each turn. So it's kind of like doing an arena draft on the fly, I guess, if you want to think of it like that. So each turn you're drafting a new card to add to your hand. Oh, well, we've got pirates aplenty. So looks like our deck is all pirates, maybe. See if we can confirm that with a little mulligan. Yep, looks like our deck's all pirates. It's not actually the is that like a Bloodsail Raid or something? It's not the card that it has the image of, because it doesn't have the ability. So you see here, Dark Light, it's their first turn.
Greetings, friend.
And they're picking a card. Now we could take the Nerubian Egg. Take the Fossil Fallout. I'm going to take the Healing Wave. And I'm going to keep that for a little bit later on. I'm going to get a pirate out and start controlling the board, because we've got these early pirates. That Healing Wave just as a nice safety net. We shouldn't need anything else. The other 2 cards weren't incredible. Nerubian Egg's okay, but will we draft something to buff it? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not going to worry too much. 2 3s are interesting because they can't trade into one another. Clockwork Giant's kind of fun. Vitality Totem also kind of fun. I don't think this is going to get super cheap, because our opponent's always going to have a lot in their hand. Ancestral Spirit is okay. Vitality Totem is not great. Let's take the Ancestral Spirit, I guess. I don't think any of those cards were super great in the situation we were in. I'm going to go to the face, because why not? Might as well make use of these pirates. Our opponent's a druid, so they probably don't have a ton of buffs, but there are buff spells in there we have to be a little bit cautious of. Okay, well, sadly we don't get a good way to avoid buffing our bits and bobs up. I don't think this will work on cards that we draft, so I'm not sure I trust it. Fire Elemental, one of the best cards in the game, so I think I'll pick that up. I'm almost tempted to play the Ancestral Spirit, but I think it may be... Our better bet is to do this. We kind of the only problem with this, we kind of open ourselves up to a swipe. But who knows if that will come up yet. There's a decent chance. No, just a Chillwind Yeti, but that is a 4-drop. Okay, we got the Junk Bot. Got Manatide Totem. We got Earth Shock. So at the moment, let's look at the board. We've got remember, this eats into our turn time as well. So we could use the fella to clear this guy out. We don't really necessarily need to do that. We don't have great Junk Bot synergy. Let's take the Earth Shock. It's good versatility. And I think we do that, and we play a pirate. We'll do that. It's unlikely that they're going to go to the trouble of silencing it, and if they do, they silence the 2-1. It's not too bad, really. Because think of the Druid's silences. You know, I guess they could draw a silence card like an owl. But their other big card is the, you know, the 2 damage or a silence. So I'd be okay with that getting used either way, really. Recruiter's a good one. Ancestor's cool. I think everything in here is the 2/3s, so I'm tempted to take the Recruiter because it could be kind of good. The Zap-O-Matic's decent, but not necessarily spectacular. So we could clean this fella out. It's only a 2/6. It's not like terribly threatening. What's this guy? A 5/4.
What to do?
See what happens if we summon a chap. Get a taunt totem up. Not too bad. I'm thinking we do this. Keeps our guy alive. And we'll leave it at that. Because next turn we got the Fire Elemental and we can trade that and a 2/1 in to kill this guy if if nothing else changes, and that's what we want to do. Seems like a reasonable option. Dark Light taking out our totem, no real big surprises there. Ooh, the Silent Knight. And just a pirate. Okay, good stuff. Righto. Totem Golem's real nice. Forked Lightning is actually perhaps potentially good with a lot of stuff going down on the board. I do kind of like that. I like the Wind Speaker as well. Maybe a little less so. We don't have anything. Fire Elemental's potent, but like not the most exciting thing we've ever seen. So I think we bop in here. Bam. And then we've got a way to deal with these two next turn using the Forked Lightning. Again, presuming nothing drastically changes. Probably something will change. 7 mana and 4 cards pretty much hand selected. So obviously we're not going to deck ourselves here, which is good. I think any cards you draw are just going to keep being those 2/3s. So, ooh, Dr. 7 coming out on turn 7. Crikey O'Reilly. Ooh, we could have our own Dr. 7. That looks like the choice here out of what's available. I don't necessarily know that we want to play it right now. I'm thinking we want to take out one of these guys. That's okay. It's not ideal. I'm going to make this chap. Reason being, if it had been a buff, then could have used this fella. Let's see what the Forked Lightning hits. It's okay. Not unhappy with that. Don't really need to Earth Shock here. So I think we'll wrap things up. Not the most exciting turn. But we dealt with Dr. Boom in as clean a way as you can ever hope to. Still pretty even on the board so far. Ooh, the 10/5 Ancient of War. That's aggressive. I'm tempted to take the Sunwalker here. It's going to give us the chance to slow down our opponent a bit. Presuming, of course, they don't have a silence. I think it's our play here. Teach him for playing a 10/5 rather than a 5/10. Let's hope there's no silence coming in or no big damage spell. Even if we took 10 damage, we've got the healing wave, so it wouldn't be the worst thing around. Ooh, could be a spell coming in. All the Starfall. That's quite scary. The healing wave, remember, is only going to heal us for 7. Because the trade's always going to... Ooh, elemental destruction. Man, we can elemental destruction. The alternative is to earth elemental, which is okay. But it's not like too much different than playing elemental destruction. Okay, so we got 9 mana, so we got 6 if we spend this. We'll have 3 left after this. I think we make a totem, and then we maybe need the earth shock anyway, so we'll I think we do this before we don't worry about the healed guy. Man, it's every time without fail. Keeps us in it. We've got some big cards in hand. Who knows what the opponent's drafted? Obviously, you know, you can get bad picks. There's only 3 cards out of quite a large set. Sounds like they might have weighted it a little bit towards the legendaries, and there we go, there's a big legendary. That's quite scary. Man, the Pyromancer would actually be kind of good here. Alakir is also good, but I think the Pyromancer gives us half a chance of staying around.
Like to play with fire?
As in we don't immediately die. Still going to be tough to come back from this one. But who knows what Darklight's got up their sleeve. They're having to think about it. Thinking what could be the most humiliating, potent card here. Oof, the Ironbark Protector. Going in on the face, right? Cleaning up, I appreciate that. Three attacks not going to get us through those, right? This is just going to draw us cards, which isn't actually particularly helpful.
Witness the power of...
I'm going to bring out Neptune. He's not a card you see very often. Sadly, we don't get to do too much with him. Well. Well played, Darklight. You trumped us in this one. This is good, I like this. This is a real fun, you know, taking the... much like the Discover mechanic. It's saying, hey, this is RNG. But you have a little bit of control over what you do. You know, maybe you get lucky rolls, maybe you don't. We ran into some pretty hard stuff there. Look at this. Crikey, the doubles. We'll play Darklight. We'll give it another shot. See what we can do. I like this though. I'm definitely into this. It's pretty exciting. There's definitely some potential for some ridiculous stuff coming out. Play the Warlock. Gul'dan on the scene. I started playing Heroes of the Storm yesterday. I don't know why for the first time. I don't know why I decided to do it, because I just started the new StarCraft 2 expansion. I've just started Fallout 4. I'm still going through Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm still trying to squeeze in the occasional game of Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Battlefront just arrived today, Star Wars Battlefront. I don't know why I decided now will be a good time to jump into Heroes of the Storm. But as it turns out, that game is really good when you play it. I watched a little bit, and it's interesting. But, man, you play it, and it just clicks. So, now I guess I'm going to have to find some space to squeeze that in as well. But, Battlefront's going to be a big deal for the next few weeks, I think. Playing with primarily playing with friends and stuff. We'll take Thorisan, I think. We'll bash out a pirate. You know, what we do. Bash out that pirate. Ooh, I love a bit of that. Ooh, yeah, right there. It's just more of West Country than the pirate, I suppose. But they're not too dissimilar. Army Harries. Bashing one out on the high seven seas.
X marks the spot.
Got X Infamous X, so you know they're hardcore. Dark Bargain, not a bad card. Piloted Shredder, probably a better card.
X marks the spot.
I guess our hero power is not super relevant because I presume it just draws cards out of our deck. But never mind. I think the Warlock's spell arsenal is pretty solid. The Demon Heart. We don't have a demon to play it on, do we? No. Because otherwise that would be very tempting. I think maybe we take the Shattered Sun. I think it works really well here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Die, landlubber. Die.
And I'm going to stick with my standard strategy of dealing with Harvest Golem, which is don't deal with Harvest Golem. You don't need to. You know? Because it trades in and then you can do the cleanup. Whereas if you clean it up, then you have to do both cleanups on one turn. Unless you can kill the 2-1 with a bit of AoE or something. That's more incidental. Don't focus it down with 2 attacks. Let them trade in the 2-3 and then just clean up the remainder. Dark Bomb would be kind of nice here. Because Piloted Shredder loses out to the 3-3. So I don't super love that. At least we can always fill up our hand with 2-3s in a pinch. That's kind of nice to have. Even if it's not the most exciting talent in the world. You know, card draw, even like simple card draw like that is still pretty good to have around. Infamous mulling over their 5-drop. Looks like they didn't get one, so they're just going to pop out some pirates. 2-attack weapon is a lot less potent against these lovely ladies. Ooh, the Dark Peddler. Dark Peddler would actually be very interesting. Because, so the Demon Heart would be great if we had a demon. But, I guess, you know, you can deal 5 damage with it as well. You shouldn't discount that. The Dark Peddler works because we pull it out, drop it down, and we get another card to fit into our... I guess the Lowly Squire.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
X marks the spot.
And you know, like sure, these both die to the Bloodsail Raider. But we're getting some volume out on board, and that means if we do pick up some buffs or anything like that, it'll come in handy for us.
Try this.
I don't know that I would necessarily drop Thorisan next turn. Kind of depends on the board situation. I mean, it's still a 5-5, but if it's not reducing very much... I actually think Voidcaller might be the best card, despite the fact that none of these are particularly fantastic. Okay, with what we've got on the board, I wouldn't feel too bad about playing Thorisan. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to play like the Voidcaller? No, I don't want to play the Voidcaller with nothing to call. I don't know what we've got in our hand, and even so, we still get the discount on these two, so we can play them both hypothetically next turn, or we could play it with a 4-drop if we get one. This 3-3 is going to have a bit of a field day. I'm just going to trade into our 5-5. That's actually kind of good for us. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it probably was, but it wasn't too bad really. Lord Jaraxxus. I mean, these aren't great. There's nothing we particularly want to corrupt here. Also, we could Voidcaller him out, which is kind of fun. Man, if we take him, he's gonna get Voidcallered out. But I don't think that's necessarily a problem. As much as it might be a bit weird, I don't think it's necessarily bad if that happens. It's kind of funny, he's a 315. He can crush some fools. We don't necessarily want to lose 15 health right now. Nice, the 2-3 Goblin Stalker. I like that. I like that a fair bit. Bam! To the Burning Legion. Good stuff. Look at him hanging out there on the board. I love board Jiraxxus. Not, you know, board as in on the board. It's not like lacking things to do. Or it's rather dull here. Doomguard is probably the one, right? No demons on their side. We'll grab a card. Look at this. Like the ultimate dude killer rather than like the 2-7 or the 2-8. Like, hey, I got a 3-15 just to crush all your. In fact, it's fantastic. It is like the ultimate dude killer here because it kills all the dudes in both decks like perfectly. Kind of funny. This is a pirate, South Sea Captain. Thumbs up. Unless Siphon Soul's real good here, which I don't think it is. Because I think I'm happy to trade those in and have South Sea Captain. Look at this value. Oh, it's pirate time. Yar! Keep a picture of that one. The archives. Got to pull in the old South Sea Captain there. Bum 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 bum. Ya da 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 da. I wish there were a couple more of these so you could play more of a interesting tune than they allow you to. Because they each have their little tones. And you could actually do something with them if they just gave you a little bit more. I think we take the implosion here. Versatility. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12.
X marks the spot.
It's going to be tough to trump us. You know, Warrior doesn't have a lot of like big damage things. They got Brawl. But that's a rough pick. It's an epic, and I don't think they buff epics up the same way they buff up legendaries. Well, we won. Fantastic. We got our pack. Let's crack it open. See what we get. Like 16 or 20 minions that cost 5 or more. Okay. I'll do a few more of these. I'll do at least one more episode, I think. Ooh, a rare and an epic. Mind Games, very nice. And a Manatide Totem. Good cards. I still really like the artwork on Manatide Totem. This is pretty cool actually as well. You never see it really. It's quite nice artwork. And that's the Tavern Brawl for this week. I think it's a cool one. It's a shame they didn't. I think they originally planned to have it running just before the expansion hit, which would have been a great way to show off the Discover mechanic, or to get people excited for the Discover mechanic. Didn't work at the time, but it's here now. You should definitely try it out. I'll probably do another episode, as I said, and that's going to bring an end to things for now. So if you did enjoy the video, be sure to pop that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone gameplay commentaries and other stuff as well, of course. I've been Ken. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!